Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sunday evening on GETI Talks. My name is Shilpi. I'm the relationship manager with the Global Education and Training Institute. I'm wishing all of you a very happy World Day of Mother Language. And who else should I invite here? I invited somebody from the country of language and culture since centuries, and that is Greece. Welcome, Miss Georgia Maneta. She is the oral assessor of English for the state certificate in examination in Greece, and she's also the member of the executive board of the Global Matrix Readers Theatre in Greece. And she's going to speak about something very important, you know, which is like these days with the new generation, which is very common, preserving the identity. So the topic that she's going to discuss is preserving mother tongue is preserving our identity. So thank you, Georgia, for taking out time and being here, and thank you for joining in the disruptive education movement started by Dr. Sunita Gandhi. So here, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Shilpi. Hello, everyone. My name is Georgia, and I'm a teacher of English. And first of all, I would like to thank Shilpi for her invitation today. We got this opportunity from the fact that today is the International Mother Tongue Day. For some practical reasons, it will be Shilpi who will go over my presentation. I couldn't change the slides easily. So please, Shilpi, could you start my presentation? Thank you. Could you go to the presentation mode? Okay. Yes, okay, thank you. So the title of my presentation, as Shilpi has already said, is Preserving Our Mother Tongue, means that we also preserve our identity. Shilpi? Okay, so today is the International Mother Language Day, which recognizes that languages and multilingualism can advance inclusion and the Sustainable Development Goals focus on leaving no one behind. UNESCO believes education based on the first language or mother tongue must begin from the early years, as early childhood care and education is the foundation of learning. This has been taken from the official UNESCO website. So I would like to say some things now about the International Mother Day language. The idea actually of having a day to celebrate and honor mother tongue came from Bangladesh. While looking into some information, I found out that on this same day in 1952, students from Dhaka, together with I'm sorry if I don't pronounce well the name, Jagannath University and Dhaka Medical College, went out to streets to protest and to claim that Bangla, the language, should become the national language again. The protest ended in massive killings. Today is a national day for Bangladeshi people. Because of this, in 1999, the UNESCO General Conference decided that the idea of countries and people having and preserving their own national language is fair. So since 2000, the International Mother Day has been celebrated worldwide. Sylvie? The theme of this year's day is fostering multilingualism for inclusion in education and society. The Director General of UNESCO, Mrs. Audrey Azoulay, in order to stress the importance of this theme, has written, among many things, in her message. This is essential because when 40% of the world's inhabitants do not have access to education in the language they speak or understand best, it hinders their learning as well as their access to heritage and cultural expressions. Keep in mind these two words, heritage and cultural expressions. I will show to you now with the help of Shilpi. The poster produced by UNESCO this year, as you can see, it is the symbol of peace, the dove, holding a branch of an olive tree. If we carefully look at it, it's a word cloud made up from the word peace. Why is that? Well, if you understand that everybody, every nation, every person has the right to defend, to speak, to communicate in their own mother tongue, this brings us closer to understanding, to tolerance, to acceptance of different people, to understanding, to cooperation, to collaboration, to communication. And this all leads to living in harmony, together, accepting our differences, accepting the fact that we are different but yet the same because we share the same feelings, makes us be harmoniously living between among each other. Shilpi, I know that we live in the era of globalization, okay, where a time where the need to learn more than one foreign languages is immediate and unavoidable. I know that because I'm a teacher of English, and I will say that students nowadays, both youngsters and adults, are in a desperate need to learn and communicate in a different language. Why? A foreign language, and sometimes even two or three, helps you to find a better job, helps you to communicate better with people from other places in the world, helps you to travel around the world. And this means that you have a better understanding of the world. So globalization is not always a bad thing. Globalization is there for us to understand the world better. Learning a foreign language helps us in this way. And I can't say that I blame it. However, Shilpi, we must make sure not to forget our mother tongue, but try to use and preserve it in any possible way. I must admit again that I love English. It's the second language I use. I teach it. I communicate with people all over the world. However, I have been, sometimes people have been telling me that, hey, you like English more than Greek. However, it is my mother tongue. Greek is my mother tongue, and Greek language is what makes me today. So I would never, ever forget it, or I would never exchange it for another language. Silpi. Professor Georgios Babiniotis from Greece, who is an eminent linguist and professor of the English language, once said that the ability to think, combined with the use of the mother tongue, provide the humans a better quality of life. What this means? Humans are characterized by these two characteristics, mind and mother tongue. First, a human perceives the world using their mind, and then they use their tongue, their mother tongue, in order to express their world to the others. So this is how they are provided with a better quality of living. And that's what differentiates us from the animals. Professor Babiniotis also mentioned the difference between acquisition and learning. He said that all linguists around the world have been using the term acquisition only for the mother tongue, whereas they have been using learning for all other foreign language. Why is this happening? Well, when a baby starts learning their mother tongue, they don't just learn the grammar and the vocabulary. They acquire it through actually living through it. They sense, they feel, they understand. So they learn a language, but not because they have to learn it. They have to learn grammar and vocabulary. They need to learn because they need to communicate. They live through it. That's why with all people, all linguists, and all educators, I use the word acquisition, the term acquisition, only for the mother tongue. Whereas learning has to do with all the other languages learned by people. We learn vocabulary, we learn grammar rules, we learn spelling, etc. Silpi? Professor Babiniotis went on to say that it should be stressed, though, that for every person, knowledge of their mother tongue is not a simple tool for communication, but the main ingredient of their identity, their civilization through the historical framework of the words they use, their frame of mind, the way they perceive and express their world. Their mother tongue is their home. This actually is a rough translation made by me on Professor Babinotti's article for this same day back in 2014. Can you see what he says? That a person's mother tongue is actually their home, their identity, their culture, their civilization, which means that whenever you speak in your mother tongue, you always show to people who you are, who you really are. So, mother tongue enables people to express their national identity. Silpi. So, their civilization, as I have already said. You can stop here, Silpi, for a while. Perceive the world in their own unique way. I have put here the example with Eskimos and snowflakes. I have read somewhere that Eskimos have over 200, I think, 200 words for snowflake. Why is this? Because Eskimos live in the snow. They have amazing vocabulary in order to describe just a simple snowflake. Whereas in Greece, we just have the word hiononifada, snowflake, and that's it. Silpi? You can stay here, Silpi, as well. Express themselves in their own way. Let's take greetings, for example. I was thinking about it today, actually. If we say hola in Spanish, you understand that this person comes from Spain, and you know these people that are cheerful, and you completely change your mood. Hola. If you say hello, it sounds more formal. That's the way the English sound. If I say yeah, this is the Greek way of greeting. Always informal, always friendly. So even if when you greet someone in your own mother tongue, you give a piece of your character and of your nationality. Actually, you can't change it. Selby? Be themselves. While I was writing this last point, I remembered myself when I went to England to live for 6 months. I had realized that everyone that I had to ask for something, I would always put at the end of the sentence the word please. For example, I would like a cup of coffee, please. Or could you give me some this change, please, etc. When I came back to Greece, without implying that Greek people are not polite, I started saying, I cannot say that, I should say that in Greek. Anyway, θα ήθελα έναν καφέ παρακαλώ. And it sounded, παρακαλώ meaning please in Greek. And it sounded so formal to me. So see, in order for me to be back me, Georgia, the Greek person, I should stop saying please. I repeat, not because Greek people are not polite, but because we don't tend to put please in every sentence at its end. Silpi? So we as educators need to talk to our students about the importance and beauty of every language. We should provide to students who come from different linguistic backgrounds opportunities to use their own mother tongue. Greece has a lot of immigrant kids coming here. So we are trying to provide them with ways of expressing themselves in their own language. And we also try and show our genuine interest towards these kids. Don't forget, I repeat, that each kid is pairing with their mother tongue, their national identity, their civilization. So it's something that we should respect. Respect. It's everyone's right to be respected for their mother tongue. Shilpi? That's what I said before, that we should show genuine interest in a student's mother tongue. And last but not least, we should make people understand that no language is inferior or superior to others. The fact that you are learning English or French or Chinese or Arabic because you like learning languages or because you need it in order for you to go and travel to another part in the world does not make your mother tongue inferior to this language, to the language that you're learning. All languages have to offer something to the society. I remember someone saying that it's better for everyone to try and read literature not translated, but in the language that was written by the author. Of course, this is impossible sometimes, but imagine how many things, how many elements of the mother tongue the readers miss when they read the book in translation. So I would like to finish one by one now, Shilpi, by saying that we preserve and we should preserve mother tongue. Why? Because plurilingualism, yes, equals multi-ethnicity. And when we do understand that there are a lot of people different around the world, our world is a multicultural and colorful place to live in. I think we would like to have Earth multicolored. Thank you very much in all these languages. I have to see you now. I'm not feeling very well. You have to unmute, Shilpi. Yeah.
Okay, so I love the last one thing, saying thank you in our mother languages. So dhanyavad in Hindi. How do you say it in Greek?
The thank you mean? Thank you.
Yes.
Ευχαριστώ. Ευχαριστώ.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's such a lovely thing, in a very crisp and very perfect way. You just said it all. And I think this is what we were talking even before the show. What I would like to ask you is today's generation. I'm not saying that English is not a good language. I mean, I am an English teacher and I love it from the core of my heart. I mean, I cannot think myself without Shakespeare. And the condition is that I think in English, not even
exactly like me. I can believe you.
So now coming to that, today's generation, like we were discussing, they are so much into English. They're listening to English songs and watching a lot of Hollywood movies, which even we do. So how would you tell them how important it is even for parents to give this thing to the child? Why is preserving the mother language is so important for them, for parents to encourage them?
Well, I think that this is the thing that I always try to say. Even, for example, that I and my kids watch Hollywood films, let's say. If you stop using your own mother tongue, you stop becoming a person of that nationality. I tried, for example, saying one cup of coffee, please, in Greek, and it didn't sound Greek to me at all because it was not part of the Greek culture. I repeat that we are not impolite, but we never tend to say please at the end of each sentence. So it was not me. And of course, if I say hello, it will be, it will sound to me more formal than, yeah, the Greek way. Also, well, you don't have, if you stop using your mother tongue, I think you are starting denying your own identity and your own nationality. And I think people should be proud of themselves and where they come from. I have never, criticized a person for being from, I don't want to mention any,
Then
countries now.
I can just add something to it.
Yes,
So, how would you advise, every person on this earth that, how important it is to be proud of your mother language? Why? Can you just summarize, like, how is it preserving our culture also? If we know the language, we can read our history, you
of
know?
course.
So,
But if you stop using mother tongue, then your culture and your civilization won't be there anymore. Every word carries with it a historical meaning. So if you stop using this word, you'll stop remembering your history. And this is bad. It's not only mother tongue that disappears, also civilizations and history from all over the world disappears. And this is bad,
yes,
this is serious.
important, very important. So, thank you so much, Giorgio, for being here, sharing your views
My
on this
pleasure.
special day. And, as you are an English teacher, of course, we would love to hear you once again on our platform. Let's wait for one special day to come up. Okay,
I would
so,
be more than glad to be with you.
oh,
Thank you
yeah.
very much for today. Yes.
There is a World Poetry Day. I think some
Oh,
English person or some person of literature might have just thought of it. So it's coming up soon. So let's hope to see you once again here and we will discuss poetry. Thank
why
you.
not? I love this. Thank you very much. Thank you for
You're
having me
welcome.
here.